Hello everybody. Today we are at Orourke Coachtrimmers, where we are having this beautiful 1 of 40 right-hand drive plexiglass Daytonas retrimmed. So this car was supplied new by Maranello Concessionaires in 1970 to a lady called Mrs Hanson. She originally ordered the car in Verde Pino Matallizato, but they discontinued the colour prior to delivery. So she went on to choose Pino Verde Matallizato, and actually this is the only right-hand drive UK car supplied in this colour. I'd now like to introduce my good friend Robbie. Pleased to see you. Pleased to see you. How are you?
I'm very well.
We go back a long way.
Yeah, since you were that high and I was a bit shorter, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So we did, I will remember when, or you will remember when I was at DK,
yeah.
We did the lovely silver short wheelbase, dark,
yeah.
Just one of the jobs that we did together.
250 PF.
Which we did for Bamford.
Yeah, numerous Countachs and other stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
Good days.
Well, were good days, but things have moved on. You're now on your own here in Horsham, and you're doing lots of work for lots of really big collectors, and you've really made a mark. Made a mark for yourself in the business, which is fantastic. So, talk to us about the.
This is the second time this Daytona has been in our workshop. The first time it was here, we were instructed just to keep the originality of the interior, and this was a very original old girl. We replaced the carpets, but kept them looking a bit distressed. And then the seats, we repadded, restitched them, and done a few bits of changing around on the black just to keep it enhanced and looking, feeling original. The new customer that you've brought to us would like to retrim the interior and get the inside as looking as nice as the outside, which
I mean, I have to say, I understand that some people would like a really original interior. Yeah. For me, having grown up around my father restoring so many cars to perfection, just for me, I really like a perfectly restored car.
We must point out that the customer has asked to keep all the original interior so it can get put back at any time. So
yeah, understood. So should we have a look under the bonnet?
Yeah, I'll pop it open.
Actually, really lovely still.
You can see, yeah, it's beautifully restored. I quite like this feature, and you can see where they've run out of the roll of insulation under the bonnet, and they've just put a new one across. I mean, you wouldn't do that now on a concours car. You'd order up another one.
Amazing. But it's still in really good order. I mean, when did you have this in them? So when did you actually do it?
I think probably 6 years ago, so around 2016. Yeah.
Still looks brand new.
Yeah. Has it been used much?
No, it's done very little mileage. I mean, the car's 60,000 miles from new.
Yeah.
So what about the inside? So what's the process? What's involved in the process of actually, you know, for you here?
A few things. The
to do the
when we did it last time, had gone really hard. So we've removed this old cover, and it was like pulling off the True-in shroud in terms of we had to moisten it for a long time to get it supple enough to take the cover off. Unstitched it on the wheel, and then we've put a new inside, and then so loads of hours already gone into saving that. So I think your customer's talking about replacing that wheel and keeping that on his
mantelpiece.
Yep. And the dash is the original one.
What do you think we should do with the dash? Do you think we should keep the dash? Will it go again, or do you think we should?
We'll let the new interior down. So that's something we'll discuss now.
So we can leave that up to the customer, because the customer's always right, and I'm sure he'll have an idea in his mind as to what he wants to do.
And I'll have fun re-gluing that back on in years to come.
Yeah, exactly. When we've decided to replace it again.
Yeah.
And where are the bits?
I'll show you down here. So
yeah, show us the bits that we removed from the car.
So all the original interiors up here: door panels, centre console, aluminium, headrests. So
and these are all factory original, as they were in 1970.
Also, because this was a time warp car when you originally bought it, none of this has been messed around with, so it's all matched.
So do you actually find numbers on some of this stuff?
Yeah.
Crayoned on or on in chalk?
You can, and so on the backs of these. So what that was for is the trimmer, as these panels have been taken off the car, he knew who would be doing them in blue or cream. He'd just look at his build sheet. So these are all matching numbers. And,
which is really great from a history point of view with the cars, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we've had some great stories in the past where, I can't remember what car it was, but you did one car for Dad. You did one car for Dad, and there was newspaper cuttings with dates under the seats.
Absolutely.
I can't remember what that was.
It was, I can.
Okay, great.
But no, it's great to have those finds. And on the inside of the handbrake going through this Daytona, you can see they've used a Ferrari Dino vinyl. So the Dinos and the Daytonas going through the shop at the same time.
Amazing.
A lot of interesting things on a plexiglass Daytona. So, for instance, on the backs of the seats, they never had a seat pocket.
Right, yeah.
Normal pop-up headlights do.
So it's different. So is that... So these are very early seats were these without a headrest? Or
No, these did have headrests. Normally plexiglasses didn't, but these ones didn't have a top stitch around the outside, which I find quite interesting. So that's,
so a really early car has the slightly lower seats. Well, they look a lot lower. Obviously, they're the same seats without a headrest. They do look very different, though, don't they?
Yeah. So you'd notice these don't have a top stitch on them.
Right.
Pop-up headlights did. Also, you'll notice the locks are different on these doors. Whereas on a pop-up headlight Daytona, so you know that's a plexiglass door cover. The normal Daytonas have a cutout here where the lock fits very differently.
Yes.
So, you know, as a spotter's point of view, I can see that that's also a nice feature to observe on a plexiglass. The early models, they had the same rubber profile as a Ferrari 250, not as they had with the the pop-up headlights. It went to a moulding that was stitched in. So these are the same as a 275 and the 250 models with the double stitching around the edge. So there's only a few differences on these cars.
Right. So how many hours would a full retrim take if you were going to...
Probably 200, but then that comes down to what condition is the car in. You know, when you start replacing steering wheels, normally on a Daytona the headlining is always fine. Some visors are good to go again. But it all depends. So things like these seats, this isn't our work. This was like a previous repair before we've done. So
right.
We would have replaced all of that and repaired, but which is what we're going to do now. So you can see these mouldings are quite good, and the driver's side has had this foam put on over the top.
Yeah, that's obviously where it's worn down. And,
yeah. And you can see...
And that's just to keep the shape of the leather.
Yeah.
So it all looks...
And this always perishes.
Correct. Right.
So...
I mean, that's a time thing rather than where the car's been stored and badly.
This it's just brittle over the years, and you'll find that on any Daytona.
Of course. Great. Well, thanks very much, Robbie, and we're looking forward to getting on with the job. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.